action. Oh, hey, how's it going, YouTube? DM Tombstone Belts here again with a brand new episode of DM Tombstone Live for you guys. Now, hold on one second. It looks a little foggy. There, a little clearer, better. Okay, thank you. And of course, let me straighten this up a bit. Okay, so so when I do DM Tombstone Live, it's unsanctioned, uncensored. Anything that happens. Just try to keep it family friendly as possible. And if you are enjoying my live streams, make sure to hit the like because I'll be keeping track of the icons above me right here. Obviously, I see it, you guys don't. And if you want to know, and if you're new to my channel, want to know what I'm all about, especially, with all of these bad boys right here and all that, check out my main channel of nearly over 650 videos. And if you're enjoying them, make sure you hit the like, make sure you share it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, guys. Let's try to get me up to, because right now we're a little bit closer to 850. I want us to try to get to 900, guys. Let's try to get to 900. We're only third month into this year. Let's try to get to 900 so I can do another belt giveaway and obviously around the time for me to do the WrestleMania Choose a Belt contest. So far, with 3 votes for the SmackDown tag titles. And speaking of SmackDown last night, guys, it is happening. We have a brand new, undisputed WWE champion in Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has defeated Drew McIntyre and now will face Randy Orton at the main event of WrestleMania. How are you, dear bro? You look very beautiful. Hi, Muhammad Adib. Thank you. A little odd there, but doing okay. Just dealing with the weather here today, which surprisingly in my state we had a tornado that struck down in Union City the other day. Not sure if it was an EF2 or EF3. Probably just an EF2 because some videos we saw it wasn't doing much damage. Because it was like I think it was an EF2 because EF3 normally would pick up cars. The video that showed cars just shaking about. Oh, and as well, I've seen a bigger news from Hazard at 5. Let me turn this back over here. That, I talked about before that the big silver Phoenix ECW title. It was on Euroshop. Well, guys, it's now on the regular WWE shop website now. So, yes, guys, they brought back the Phoenix 2008 ECW Championship. And you think I should probably get one? Probably not. Just like I didn't get when they re-released the John Cena spinner belt. I kept the old original because the originals are still worth more probably than the newer ones. Even though the plating is starting, the chroming on that is starting to turn pinkish. I'm pretty sure they did it better for the newer ones now, so they won't tarnish as bad or won't turn pink. Yeah. Hey, bro, you can see my belt, which I made for you. WCW Cruiserweight belt. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the most recent belt other than the WCW TV title I got replaced of. The WCW Cruiserweight belt right here. Technically, I think this is belt number 55. Iram, what's up? Yeah, belt number 55 right here. Technically, I have 56, but I am willing to give up the WCW TV title eventually. Yeah, I enjoy the WCW Cruiserweight. And pretty much it completes my WCW collection. From the TV, the tag, the US, the Cruiserweight now, and the world title, both the big gold and the 91-94 version. I mean, unless I want to get the older versions of the other WCW belts, like the older pre-91-94 or the 90s era of WCW tag titles that I based my UWW tag titles on. But that's a bit of an iffy right there. And of course, this week on Raw, we also, thanks to Dan Housen cursing him, we have a brand new Intercontinental Champion, being one and only Penta. And Can you see my big gold? Oh, you mean that big gold over there next to the big green? Yeah, the big gold's there. Believe me, man. I always would definitely sponsor you in my live streams and channels, Muhammad. And I am. How are you, man? Oh, what kind of thing is that? Ramadan Kareem. Sweet chin music from Shanti Shantana. Yeah. Indeed. Well, like I said, we got a brand new Intercontinental Champion on Monday Night Raw. None other than Penta. And I say it's pretty good to see Penta finally getting his first championship win. And of course, speaking of, tonight is NXT's Vengeance Day, which was going to be on Peacock. And for all the international people that are out of the United States, you can get that on your Netflix as well. I wish I had international Netflix, but I hear you could probably do that with if you have like NordVPN or something like that, like a VPN, which I don't, but no problem with that. Well, sorry guys if I seem to be a bit rolling around and being out here today, just seeing a bit of a little bit of smudges and residue on my AEW belt, so I'm just gonna wipe it down with a cloth I got here. I think it's a microfiber cloth to remove some of that the spots and residue stuff on it. Try to make it look as good as possible. But yeah, I'm back. Hold on. Phew. Oh, my knees. What could be your finisher? Me, Tombstone. I would go for the Tombstone Power Drive. Hey, Pez is here. Hey, Pez, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. When Carmelo Hayes wins the U.S. champion. Well, he's still the champion. Yeah. Hey, 10 guys, don't. Love you, dear bro. Amazing. Thank you so much. But yeah, doing a few things here today. I was patching up my bike because it had a hole in the tire tube. Lucky enough, I had it patched up, all good to go. Hold on, guys. My eyes trying to focus. Okay, let's see. Hey, fish. Do you like SmackDown yesterday? Hey, I say, yeah, SmackDown was a good show, and especially at the end when we have a brand new undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. So now we're gonna have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton in the main event at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. And I say it's definitely good because after all, we got tired of seeing Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, and all that type of stuff. Hold on one second, folks. All right, now, kiddo, I'm doing the live stream. After, okay? Get out there. Sorry about that, guys. Nephew always wants to play the game for that when I'm on a live stream. But right now, I'm going to probably just watch a bit of Ted while I do it. I said Cody was going to win. Well, they already had it planned ahead because, after all, I think they want to set up to be a good matchup and a great main event match at WrestleMania, being Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. I think it'd be the first time to see that happen since WrestleMania 26. But then again, that time it was a triple threat match when it was Cody and Ted Jr. versus Randy. Or Drew versus Orton. Yeah, because I think we got kind of tired of seeing that. Man, it's like it's unbearable to watch. It's unbearable. I'd rather see Cody versus Orton than Cody versus Drew. I would agree. Or Drew versus Orton. We've seen that before during the time of 2020, during the pandemic era. I definitely wouldn't want to see McIntyre versus Orton again. That's funny. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, I would say definitely would like to see Orton more versus Cody Rhodes than that. Man, Jay Cargill is cringe as Jay Cargill cringe. I mean, she's that bitch. My apologies to all of my young viewers that are watching, but yeah, I said that's a good match as well. Jay Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, and both equal in power stats and dominance, but it's like one only. It's they're fighting to be the true one of all. Like, who is the best of being that bitch, you know? And I mean, how about this, guys? With both Pez and Iram here, we already know some of the match cards for WrestleMania. So let's give our pre WrestleMania predictions, as we say. Starting off with Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Bakir for the Women's World Championship. Any thoughts on who you think is going to win that? Sorry about that, guys. So, not 1 minute. Yeah. There you go. Check from work and ordered 6 belts. Oh, that's real nice. Good. Well, I had to, and the funny thing is, I had to redo my taxes because I thought I got it all done, but apparently I forgot to finish it and file it in, and then they rejected it, so I had to change a few things. But I'm still getting my taxes in and waiting for that to come in, and maybe get a belt or two from WWE Shop. Finally, maybe up to you guys. Which one do you think I should get? The current Raw Tag Team title, or the current SmackDown WWE Tag Team title? So the World title or the SmackDown title? Liv for the win. Pez, you're going for Liv. Iram, what do you think? Liv Morgan or Stephanie Vaquer? Can you renew that 6 belts? Oh, you mean review? Yeah. Oh, you're saying Liv too. I would agree. I think Liv maybe because and Stephen Bakir is actually injured right now with an ankle injury. I don't suspect them to have her retain the title for after Mania. Or like to have her go off and have surgery if she needs surgery to be healed up. Because after all, I think she's right now on a bit of the injury list. So, but it's not bad enough to where she can't wrestle. So they make her wrestle, drop the belt, and then she may come back and fight for it afterwards. So I'm gonna say probably Liv Morgan as well. Ran her horse. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Stephanie will eventually get the title back. I think that. Okay. We have another matchup. I think they're setting up with. Okay. I don't know if there's any other matches other than the ones I know from the titles. But okay, here's the next one. The WWE Championship. No, the Women's Championship. Jay Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. Mommy versus the Storm. What you guys' thoughts on that? Who do you think's gonna win? You think the Storm Jay Cargill's gonna retain, or does Mommy walk out of WrestleMania with the titles? I'm not a Jade fan. Oh, okay. I hope Ripley wins. I don't get hype. I don't get the hype for Jade. Probably because you don't know much of Jade since she was from AEW. And to me, I think she just has that bitchy vibe, and I'm not a fan of bitchy vibes. As I agree 100%. I think Mommy may walk out as the new women's championship. Okay. So next one. Obviously, I think there's going to be a women's intercontinental match, a women's U.S. match, a men's U.S. match, and a men's intercontinental title match. But yet we're not sure because after all, they haven't been set yet. But I think they also were talking about they're going to have LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar, but again, that's not set. So we're going to just go to the men's world championship. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Who is women's U.S. champion? Right now, it's, I believe, the women's U.S. champion. I think it may be Julia. I'm pretty sure it is Julia. The one that hangs out with Jade, I think. Roman Reigns. Head? What do you think, Pez? Roman Reigns or CM Punk? What are you watching? Oh, I'm watching Ted season 2. I'm trying to watch the whole season. Right now I think I'm on like season 3 or 4. Or no, that's season 3 or 4. Episode 3 or 4 of season 2. I just end Family Guy season 3. Yeah. Could go either way. That's the thing. I hate to say this, but I think they run. I think I want CM Punk to win just because the fact is he'll be around more than Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is part time now. Oh, they're watching Ghost. Who is your favorite Family Guy character? Ooh, that's a hard question. Here I go for the big fat man himself with balls for a chin, Peter Griffin. Or should I go with Brian or Stewie? Hold on one second, folks. Be right back. Oh, let's see. You guys still there? You guys still hear me? Let's see. I'll tell you one of the belts I ordered because the history of the fact that no one else has won, at least I've seen, the very first WWF or the first WWF tag title. I would die for you, or let's go crazy. Where'd you know that? Yeah, we're doing a live stream. I said wait after. All right. All right. Are we back? Sorry about that, guys. Oh, yeah. Let's go crazy because of the guitar solo at the end. Oh, you're talking about a song. I would die for you. Let's go crazy. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that looks pretty cool. The very first WWF tag title. I don't never think I've ever seen what that one looks like. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting like the tag titles they used at the first WrestleMania or like WrestleMania 2. Like those tag titles, those would look pretty cool. Well, you guys' thoughts. Here's another thing I would say. If I ever thought of getting a women's title, even though normally I collect men's titles, if I was ever to get one that was for the females, which belt do you guys think I should get first? If it's from WWE, AEW, or TNA, or any of those ones, it's not a pretty belt. It only has the main plate. Oh, kind of like the NWA tag titles. I think they have those, and like one of the original WWF titles. Yeah. Like the Taco Bell. Man, he crying the ghost. Yeah. I like this show. I like that new AEW guy. Oh, Dan Housen. I've seen that one. I wonder what movie that one's from. I forgot that one. Let's see. I've seen a few women's titles that I thought actually looked really good. Well, maybe if you know about women's titles, what about this one? Famous for this female, for the one that she yeah, what about that one? What about Alundra Blaze's that original block logo WWF women's title? In fact, she did something particular that started the Monday Night Wars. In fact, she went to WCW and changed her name and did something with that title. Here's a little bit of trivia. What was her name? What was Alundra Blaze's name when she switched from WWF to WCW? Maybe the WWF Women's title is just the historical reasons of the NWA Tag Title. Probably. That's it. I like Penta side plates. I haven't seen the Penta side plates yet. Have they released them to WWE Shop? Pez says Medusa. Yes, her name was Medusa. And what did she do when she joined WCW? When she had the WWF Women's title? What did she do with that title that basically changed the idea of the Monday Night Wars and probably the women's title in WW in the WWE at that time? Who's going to be Brock's opponent at WrestleMania? So far, I'm hearing they say it could be LA Knight because Triple H does not like LA Knight for some reason. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I was gonna. Okay, that was just funny. Medusa threw in the coolest women's belt I've seen, other than the TBS belt, would be the NWA Women's Bantamweight Championship. Oh, it sounds like the UFC's like women's bantamweight, like that. Yeah, I was sure that she's in WWF Hall of Fame because of doing that. Well, she when she went into the Hall of Fame, the night when she went into the Hall of Fame, she did the reverse of that. Yeah, she threw the title belt in the trash can, but then when she got inducted to the Hall of Fame, they came out with the trash can. She pulled the belt out. In fact, she still owns the belt. Like she only let WWE lend it during like their WrestleMania stuff to show real belts off. So it's lended out, but she still owns the belt. Like some wrestlers do own real belts, and they would have them out as like as a loan or something like that to show off to the fans. Cool Catalyst called a YouTuber make a video about Rhea Ripley is racist. Well, is it racist or you trying to say rapist? I don't think she's a rapist, but I don't see Jay Cargill being a racist. No. Definitely want to see the next one. It's wow. It was the fourth episode. Now I'm gonna work on number five. A sword in the stone. I heard that's why they did the Montreal Screwjob because they were afraid Brett would do the same thing with the Wheat Eagle belt. Well, definitely of that. I mean, you own the company and the belt is yours. You don't want to risk something that just happened there. Someone that jumped ship that held the title and then they don't just give it back. They just toss it aside or toss it away. You know, that was just a thing. When they after yelled cut, she probably took the belt out of the can and kept it with her through all those years. But yeah, I would say it was definitely something odd. Is mid card championship going to defend? Like IC or they call it Intercontinental and US probably, but we're not sure about that yet. In the World Cup, I'm not sure. I would assume they would be defended. Yeah, I agree with that. And you said that, and Pez, I was looking at you. You said about the TBS title. I mean, the TBS title was just basically a more. It looks like a blatant copy of the TNT title, other than the fact that it has the TBS logo, and it's more of the color blue than the color red. Which now I think it's actually pink now, thanks to Protostar. What the hell? I always forget his name. Protostar. Ah, come on. We'll just call him the Protostar. I'm having a brain fart. Hard to remember things. Rock should come in SmackDown. Well, we're not sure. Did a lot of people? I suspect if anyone should face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, it should either be Gunther. I heard they say it's either going to be LA Knight, it's going to be Gunther, or it's going to be Oba Femi. I mean, which one do you guys think you prefer to see? Brock versus Gunther, Brock versus LA Knight, or Brock versus Oba? Lanterns is going to air in August. Oh. Both the TNT and TBS belt modern day television championship. And I mentioned the TBS title was one I seen for sale. Just been on CNC, just been on a CNC version because it was gorgeous. I mean, but like I said, for any type of version of a women's title, which one do you think I should probably get if I ever wanted to get a very first like a women's wrestling belt? Mostly I like to collect the men's belt. Some belt collectors out there would collect women's belts. Like I know some people like Stephen Hammer. He collected a ruthless aggression women's title. You like get the fuck up. WWF Women's Championship, the one Medusa threw. Oh, you expect that one? I mean, I've seen that one actually on Facebook marketing before. I don't know if it's still up there, but I could probably look it up. Saying it could look, I could say definitely be one because after that one, that's when we got the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era version of the women's title. Let's see, are you going to Odyssey? Are you going to watch that? Yeah. Not a fan of the Divas. Well, who would be a fan of the butterfly belt? I can't look up at IWGP version 5 without seeing the Divas belt. Definitely, I would agree with that. What's Odyssey? Unless you... Greek mythology. Oh, like the Odyssey. Oh, you're thinking of the guy because I took Greek mythology in college. I heard about the Odyssey. Is it like the Iliad by Homer, or involves with I think I forgot the guy's name. Him and a group of his friends, like Jason the Argonauts. He it was in the Battle of Troy. He was trying to return home, but something's been keeping him away for a long time, and it seems like everyone in his like his wife and they assumed he was dead. He had to battle through the fact that he had to deal with the sirens trying to call him to destroy the boat. They had to tie him up into the onto the mast while others wear like put wax in ears or something to mute the noise. Once they got through, then they led to a giant cyclops, which they pierced his eye, like that type of stuff. Nolan new movie name is Odyssey. Oh, yeah, but I know what you're thinking of. Something like that. Wow. Because I would definitely like to see some movies that come out. Like some are good, just not sure which one that I who am I because I know I'm hearing now they're coming out with Scream 8. I'm thinking, man, the last one was, but who knows? But yeah. Well, meanwhile, we'll do a little bit of quiz time here for you folks. How about this? Since we are known the fact that Medusa threw the old WWF women's title into the trash can, which then helped create the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression version of the WWE women's title. Okay. Yeah, definitely would say that. There was another incident involved them busting a belt to introduce a brand new one. And let's see if you know this one. A certain wrestler took this particular belt, smacked it on the ground, and tore that main plate off. obviously it was the Backlund belt. The time when Bob Backlund was the champion, he smashed the Backlund belt on the ground and tore the main plate off it. It was super. It was done by this particular superstar, and it helped Bob Backlund to come out with the big green belt. Who was the superstar that smashed the the Backlund belt? Let's see if you guys know this one. I mean, I'm not sure if Iram would know, but I'm pretty sure you know, Pez. Who was the superstar that actually destroyed Bob Backlund's original WWF championship before he came out with the big green belt? I only know Rock Crash Big Gold Belt. Okay. I watched it happen. Oh, you were there when you saw it happen? And Superstar Billy Graham. Definitely with Superstar Billy Graham, yes. As is the OG here when it comes to stuff like that. How about this one? I watched it happen. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. That's just funny. Did you like AJ Styles 10 years in WWE? Yeah, I did. Even though I'm thinking, like, man, only 10 years. Even though he's been in the wrestling business longer, it's just that it feels like 10 years in the WWE doesn't seem like a lot. Even like, I mean, you know, there's some that have been there short times, like that, and Daniel Bryan. I don't even think Daniel Bryan's been made it to 10 years in WWE. I wasn't there, but I saw it on TV when it first aired. Yeah. Yeah, actually, he definitely deserved it. And I think he's a Grand Slam champion, too. He's won the U.S. title, won the Intercontinental, and won the World title in the tag titles. So definitely, he has deserved it. And what do you guys think of him now being in this year's Hall of Fame? Thanks to the help that the Undertaker announcing that he's been inducted. And who do you think should induct AJ Styles into this year's Hall of Fame? Like, who should be the one to help induct AJ Styles into the WWE Hall of Fame? Be right back, guys. I'm just gonna hold on 1 second, folks. I'm just gonna try to put my tag belt back up on the wall. Oh, fuck. Folks. All right, let's okay, so secure. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to get my tag belt back up there. I was trying to glue a little bit of the backing on. Yeah, respect the AJ stuff. Definitely. World Championship the last time. Definitely would agree with that. I think that's why they gave him a run World Tag Team title with Dragon Lee. Definitely. Because after all, I mean, for 10 years in the WWE, he'd done a lot. I mean, he even fought The Undertaker in his last match. And who better yet to announce him into the Hall of Fame than the man he fought in the last match with than The Undertaker himself? Seems to me Undertaker's new role now is just to announce who's going into the Hall of Fame. Which, don't get me wrong, that's pretty sick to think to have a legend like The Undertaker to induct you to say you're going into the WWE Hall of Fame. But who do you think is going to be the one that should induct? Like, who should be like? Yeah, I'm so glad Demolition's going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, definitely. So I'm thinking, who do you think definitely would should be the ones that induct the certain person in the Hall of Fame? Like, I do believe we're going to have Triple H maybe be the one to announce and induct his wife, Stephanie McMahon, into the Hall of Fame. For Demolition, we're not so sure of who will induct them. But are you old enough to remember Demolition? They're they're long overdue for going in there. Well, I heard it because the fact is they were not. There was some copyright reason or some argument between them and WWE reason why they weren't inducted for a while, and I guess something finally bygones being bygones. They accepted, they apologized, and all that, and that's probably why now they're being inducted Hall of Fame. I do agree. I have heard a bit about them. I think actually one of them that was in the tag team became. I don't know if I got this right, but one of them was actually I think it was either the Repo Man or something. He was when he was going into a single role. He played something else. But yeah, Demolition truly deserve. I mean, they had the Road Warriors in the WWE Hall of Fame. Who else would be the ones that were basically like their rivals? Demolition, because they had Road Warriors or Legion of Doom for WWE time, and Demolition were both basically the biggest tag team rivalries at the time, and two badasses. I think it's perfect, definitely. Not yet, kiddo. Yeah, we'll see it a bit after. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Should have one or both members of Strike Force, Tito Santana and Rick Martel, induct them since they won titles from them. I would agree with that as well. Miss John Cena, a little bit because it just shows how older I'm getting. Because I remember watching John Cena as a kid, how he inducted or how he introduced the spinner titles and all that. It's just been, a little bit rough to deal with the fact that I'm getting older and most of my the wrestlers I watched during my childhood is now retiring or gone. Like I'm pretty sure like how past you feel that right? Like you've seen that like how Hulk Hogan passed and all of them. Exact same thing feels like how it is for me. How everything seems to be going away. Dunkin' Donuts. Now it's just called Dunkin'. Sorry about that, guys. I don't miss him yet. Maybe in a few years. He hasn't been gone long enough. I agree with that. I mean, though he hasn't done a lot since he did his run. I mean, before he announced his like last year of the Farewell tour. I mean, I mostly like miss Undertaker, and I miss like some of the greats like Eddie Guerrero, another one. Stone Cold, The Rock, like some of them I start to miss. It's just John Cena. I mean, give it like a couple years or so, then I might miss him. What you think, guys? Who is the goat? Oh, I mean, there's a lot of people that could claim that that title of goat. Like John Cena is one of them. Ric Flair is one of them. Uh, I would have to say Stone Cold and Undertaker being one of them. I watched Hogan in the '70s as a heel. God, I'm old. Yeah, I mean, I didn't wasn't much of into wrestling until the mid time of the Attitude Era, like when Stone Cold was running around, and there I was pretty much in diapers when I was watching that. So yeah, and I feel old seeing the fact that the people I grew up are no longer there, like Goldberg, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, all them never watching on TV, all gone now. There's basically nobody left of the Attitude Era except maybe The Rock. But then again, he don't do much wrestling anymore. The only other one would be our Truth. He's the last one of a dying generation. Like the only one left of the Attitude Era that still wrestles. I guess. For me, Stone Cold and John Cena are top two contenders for GOAT title. I would. The GOAT depends on the category: popularity, merchandise, sales, and tickets. Well, for me, I see it for the fact that a character that could. Well, for me, I see for GOAT, it's a it's a superstar that has been around and always kept the fans on their toes, and either they loved them or hate him, they respected him, and the fact that he's even if he does change up a bit through the generations to adapt to the current day, he still puts the fans first. And yet people enjoy seeing him every time. Even when he gets older, when he starts turning gray, starts slowing down, people respect and still enjoy seeing him. That's why I like Undertaker, because they through the '90s all the way to the 2020s and before he retired, he made people stand up. As soon as you hear the bell tone, when you hear the bells, you know exactly what who is coming out, and people shout their heads off when they hear him come out to the arena. That's why I'd say like even John Cena, he's another one. When you as soon as you hear that the opening of his theme song, people start going nuts. Even Stone Cold, this glass shatters, people go nuts. That's why I say the top three, definitely one of them. If they had Undertaker hasn't been, I mean, to like this, like John Cena, Stone Cold, and Undertaker. I mean, other people like say like, what about Ric Flair? What about like Hulk Hogan? Like people think of Hulk Hogan, but then again, he's done things that changes people's opinions, especially for what he's been through, and that I understand. That's why I say, unless for someone that's been completely biased, doesn't care about political problems, or doesn't go out there and dressing it to everyone. That's is a reason why just being a blank slate to the world and just be their character, not caring about being Democrat, Republican, or anything like that of the news and the world out there. Sorry, guys, I had a bit of a connection problem. I don't know what happened there. You guys still there with me? Debut before John Cena over John Cena. Yeah, I'd say well, yeah, Jericho's still around, but then again, where is he? He hasn't been seen for months now, almost an entire year so far as I know. Ever since he lost, I think the Ring of Honor World Championship. I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, guys, sorry, I had a bit of a disconnection problem. But yeah, I think there's another thing that's happening tonight for AEW. I'm pretty sure I heard of it called Revolution or something like that. I'm not sure, but I gotta double check on that. But if there is two shows happening, AEW and NXT tonight, I definitely got to try to see if I can watch them both. Probably have to do the crack stream thing for AEW, and because the NXT stuff is on Peacock, which is what I'm using to watch season 2 of Ted right now. Right now I'm on season 5, which means I got about 3 more episodes to go. What the hell? Seems to me we're having a bit of a connection problem now in here. Probably because probably the weather. But yeah, I probably should end the live stream if I'm having a bit of a difficulty here. But hopefully it works. If not, then I'm probably gonna try to see if I set stuff up. You guys still hear me, right? You guys still there? You guys still with me? If not, probably do end the live stream. After all, I've been going over an hour. But yeah, let's see. I think that's it, basically. I think that's all I was going to say. So anyway, probably gonna end the stream here, guys. Right now, it looks like I'm having connection issues, so I want to make sure I. Yep, looks like something went wrong. What the hell? What the hell happened? Oh, we're having a bit of a problem here, guys. So I'm probably gonna end the live stream. So try. So again, thank you guys so much for being a part of the live stream. Shouts to Pez, shouts to Iramanum. What the yeah, shouts to Pez, shouts to Iram. Shout shout to my buddy Dex, help me doing these live stream stuff, all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, as well shouts to Stephen Hammer, STEPHEN Hammer, who does belt related videos on his channel as well. So again, thank you all for the likes. Looks like we got 3 or 4 likes or so. But thank you guys so much for being part of the live stream. Definitely try to be on tomorrow around noon or so, depending on the day. Yeah. Like, share, and subscribe if you are new to my channel and you enjoy all my stuff. Uh, Follow me on my social media, like on X at DMTombstone96, and as well on Instagram at DME96, where I might post stuff there if I post stuff here on YouTube. Anyway, I'm DM Tombstone Belts, and for DM Tombstone Live, signing off. See you guys tomorrow around the exact same time. Have a good day, everybody.